Hello, everyone, and we are back with another day of NNSC Overwatch presented by Ignition Series. I'm Matt, joined alongside me is Steph yet again. How are we feeling
Hello.
today?
Great. I'm excited for the match tonight, and honestly, just in a very good mood
Yeah,
today. So yeah.
it's great to hear. Of course, we are on our sixth week now. We will be following the upper semi-finals as we're going into this week, which so stuff's starting to get very high intensity now. Like we're
Definitely.
reaching the end game now. I suppose. Like, and our match today will be Strathclyde versus the Donuts Archers.
Mm.
So that'll be an exciting one to see, I'm sure. But before we kick it off today, do you want to tell us about one of the teams going
Well,
forward today?
yeah. So Starflight, they just came off a 3-2 victory against the number one seed Winston, found by a police helicopter, which hopefully we can see them in the future.
Yeah.
Right now they are in the lower brackets, so who knows what they're doing there right now. But yeah, they beat the number one seed 3-2, and out of that, that was the only two maps or two rounds that they've lost through the entire playoffs.
Yeah.
So they are in a really good form right now.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And then, of course, their opponents, like they were the fifth seed coming to this bracket, so they're like a very strong team, I suppose. And like similar to Strathclyde, they've not lost a single map
Oh
in this
wow.
playoff bracket so far. It's been clean sweeps throughout the board. So they are also in great form
Yeah.
today. So I'll be interested to see like whether they'll not they'll be able to bring the fight to Strathclyde
Mm.
like of course the other team has. So of course, what do you think the prediction? What's your prediction going in today?
Honestly, as both teams are very strong, and again, both teams barely using any maps, I think this will be like a great match where it honestly can go to game five.
Well, that'll be great
Like
to see.
both teams are very strong, and both teams also run a vendetta. So it's
Mm.
gonna be interesting if they either ban it or mirror it.
Yeah, of course. I'm leading potentially more to like a. I think Strathclyde's going to take it, but I'm
Mm.
confident because, of course, we have seen them in previous weeks, like in
True.
our first week, I think it was
Yeah.
that they played, and yeah, they put up a great performance against the Paladins, so
Mm.
that'll be excited to see. So I'm going to say a 3-1 to
Three
them
one.
potentially. Yeah, I'll
Fair.
give
Fair.
the last game. I feel like it will go like 1-1 to
Yeah.
start with, and then they'll run away with those final two games. So of course, interested to see what kind of comps that they'll pull out.
Yeah.
Obviously, the
Well.
last week we saw the Donuts run a similar comp, like you mentioned with the Vendetta, and of
Mm.
course, like Emre, like they favored the Emre, which is quite interesting to see, like because they had because like he was buffed in a recent patch,
Oh.
so
Okay.
like it's funny to see him starting to creep his way up and actually being like a more playable hit scan like
Yeah.
compared to some of those other heroes.
But yeah, with tanks, we've also seen the Zyra from um, the Scythes. I forgot it.
Strathclyde.
Starflight. And honestly, I remember in the first week, it was a really good combo with Vendetta. Of course,
Mm.
we might see it banned. So who knows what both teams will bring in this game?
Yeah, of course, like the Kiri Lucio backline seems to be very
True.
common with Strathclyde, but something like that I saw looking at the Archers is that they like to play a BAP Lucio backline,
Mm,
which is something different. Like, of course, they do have that Kiri in the back if they need it, but like
definitely.
they do like that Baptiste, which is like great for like I suppose like supporting more sustained like tank like Ramatra, which we saw
Mm,
them play quite a bit. Like, of course, Ramatra's been buffed recently as well, so that's been like good for them.
yeah.
So like we could
So
see that work out very well, especially with like immortality field window. They got a bunch of utility to keep him alive. So
definitely.
interesting to see how that matchup goes and whether or not
Uh,
they'll stick to those comps.
I know you did say it 3-2 for Starflight, but personally, or 3-1 for
Mm.
Starflight, but personally, I think the Archers have like a really good form right now. Again, not losing a match. I just want to see how both teams will go throughout this entire series. And we've heard that the games will be starting soon, as both teams are ready.
Yeah, be interested to see like what map they put out as well. Because do you hear it's like Wrecking Ball has been banned for this
True.
first map, so that'll be interesting, and Vendetta as well.
Oh, we
So
won't be able to see the Vanderbilt match like first round, which is interesting. But again, it makes sense.
yeah,
We've seen them like first week and honestly been the carry. Was it Cheeseburger?
yeah, it was yeah.
Yeah. And again, Cheeseburger, amazing player. We've seen him before, and yeah, hopefully we can see what he brings. And I wonder who's going to be like the star player of Archers.
It will be interesting to see, like, because what I've seen before, like, I couldn't remember like exactly like what happened, but it was like the Emre like really stood out to me, and they actually managed to make it work. So
Oh,
I'm gonna be looking to see, like, I believe it was Dracula on that
Ooh.
Emre. So I'm interested to see whether he was to bring it into this game as well, and like see how he performs against like such a high caliber team as Strathclyde.
Yeah, this was bound to be like a really good match. So stay tuned, and yeah.
Hopefully we can get that sorted soon as we hear the countdown currently in our ears. So just to see. So our starting map will be Ilios. It'd be interesting to see that. Of course, like we see Door on the Genji. We got Cheeseburger on tank today.
Oh, interesting.
Wait, we got him on the off roll potentially.
Oh, I wonder maybe he's like subbing in, like maybe their main tank is not playing,
Yeah, maybe.
so he was the second most. And because of the well in the middle, he's also going for the Roadhog, which I'm excited to see. We spoke about him before, like how he's not really a popular pick,
Yeah.
but like on maps like this, he can be like a weird wild card.
Yeah, of course. And we do see Dracula is on that Emre, like we mentioned before. So as we've seen, like to try and take the mirror into a Sojourn. We'll see whether or not he can take that fight, or whether he will just be outspammed by that Sojourn. As Dracula finds an early pick with a nade onto Orr, and Tartan Boys finds Boyle. And that's a good starting fight for Strathclyde, as they want to have this point control.
Really fast take here by the Starflight.
Yeah,
Ooh, misses the hook.
he does get the hook with a perfect Susa as Dracula finds these nade kills as he finds Envy. Like again, they're just taking this fight like early. He's finding that value on the Emre. As Hoyle finds the boop onto Dino. It's a good little boop as well as they are looking to take this left side. They're taking this fight on the indoors. It's of course very favorable for that Door on Genji as well.
Oh yeah, true.
Spams out too.
That's what's like great about this map with the Lucios, the Roadhog, as I mentioned, like just getting those boops and getting the people off the map against stuff like getting those early picks and the little what's it called when you kill them very late?
Stagger.
Yeah, stagger.
Looking to hold this point close now as they look to try and take on this right side. As finds a hook, great hook to pick onto Chell. Again, and they'll just play that a little bit safer now. The Chinese Wonder as looks to try and jump on this high ground, but he has fallen low, so he's got to play safe. Another hook found from Cheeseburger onto Dracula.
Cheeseburger,
Another pick.
Great hooks so far, and picking up those switch characters. Another one.
He's good for all of them. Cheeseburger on the Roadhog. Maybe potentially that's the reason they swapped, like got him on that alpha roll potentially, because he's got like a mean Roadhog on him.
Yeah, and of course not being able to play Vendetta.
Yeah. But it doesn't seem to be making any difference as the hook found on the Derissa, but like again the Fortify just booms him, brings him all the way back into their half of the map. Again, tank down. They do have these ults online if they do want to look for that Dragon Blade. Looking for the engage. Again, Derissa's making so much space in front of Tartan Bows. And that's a support down for Strathclyde as they lose their Lucio now too. Advantages is for the Archers, but they will get a big stall, Strathclyde. Overtime popped. That's their first cap for the Archers.
A really good take there by the Archers, of course, being able to punish the Roadhog after the hook. Great play there by the Orisa.
Yeah, the counter pick seems to have found the value early on. It's interesting to see whether he sticks with it. He will give it another life, by the looks of it, as the Roadhog ult comes through, the whole hog. They can try and potentially boop off the point. But the Kitsune Rush will try and run down the other team as he's staggered on his own. Cherry finds Envy, no tank in the fight. He's like on his own on that point. Trying to play that off angle. It's not quite worked out for them as they will force them out.
And Starflight here just falling down one by one. Really well played there by the Archers. Again, the Starflight were close there to taking a point, but just those picks coming through one by one. But Starflight still have 4 ults here, so it's going to be interesting how they're going to take this. Of course, the Archers having that Lucio breakdown.
Well, it seems like that Pete as the OC gets popped from Envy. They're trying to peek the jump over, but the Terror Surge comes through from Cheeseburger to try and zone him down. And Dino finds Envy. They're now looking to push them back out. The Blake's popped from door, but he does fall. Chinese from Dino. They closed him down, found him on his own, potentially an overextend from door. Again, it's point control still in the favor for Archers.
Yeah, really good strong there by the Archers, and Starflight just seemed to hit a roadblock right here.
Well, nothing finds the diff onto Oil. The Lucio diff, the beat comes through from them. They will look to try and push them out, but nothing does fall low, but he does find Envy. Again, and another favorable fight from the Archers. As the uptime points up.
Starflight just seems a bit like miscoordinated at the moment. Like the shot's getting picked there early by the Orisa all, like just going on the flank, and the entire fight was just kind of lost from there.
Cheeseburger does find a touch, but he is just going to be on his own as he tries to look for a punch. Doesn't quite find anyone. Oh, it does fall low there, but Cheeseburger, he is dead. They do just look into those touches now. But the Archers, they have done a good, like, almost like full cap on that after like almost losing that first half. With a complete shutout, but they do bring it back.
Yeah, honestly, like good reverse there. Again, from 99 to full 100, like really well played there by the Archers. Again, like the Roadhog seemed to have had value early on, but after that it just seemed that it was honestly a tank diff, because the Orisa just being so strong and not being able to punish her as easily as, let's say, the other picks.
Yeah, of course, like Cheeseburger now with the swap to Orisa, playing a more like frontline tank now compared to like the offhanger tanks as like the Doomfist and Roadhog. Like it'll be interesting to see like whether or not now they're on their Orisa they have that more sustain in a fight.
Definitely. And now with the double hit scan with Cassidy and Soj.
Yeah, especially this point as well. Those long sight lines can be devastating for them.
But with them being so squishy, the Tracer might get value here.
But of course, that Casnade can cause problems, so they will look to try and take this fight around the Mega. On the statue as always tries, and Dino's Marcher form is forced out early, so they will look to now get aggressive on this. He's getting beamed down as the Strathclyde take a very clean first fight.
3 kills there by Lucio, really well played there by all.
Yeah, he's getting aggressive with that that Lucio play. Using that speed to their advantage, especially after Dano's Remarcha form was popped out early, they could just get aggressive.
The Archer's changing to a Zara now.
This does seem to be very like counterplay from the Archers. Just looking to like try and like force Cheeseburger to like swap those heroes. Getting them playing mystery heroes on the tanks.
And the Zara or Tracer combo could be devastating for Strathclyde as well.
Archers are now looking to take this left side. Trying to like potentially force out the rest of cooldowns. The spear does get used. We're looking to play him down. Dino is getting forced low. Suzu forced. Cheeseburger finds through. Again, that Tracer is just not trying to find a way through. He doesn't struggle because this hold, they're like coordinated. They know exactly where they're going. Just close them down. That's what they can do, especially with the double hit scan. Just outspam them.
Yeah. And honestly, so far the Tracer hasn't felt the impact. Like, barely been presentable like in this game.
Yeah, well, Envy finds a good pick onto nothing. Again, that'll be difficult for them to push through now, especially with the pressure onto the Kiriko. Spicy Bacon falling over. Chiao, oh, does find the one clip onto Envy. He was forward. That does give a numbers advantage now. He could look to get aggressive, but again, Cheeseburger, his peel is good. Finds Spicy Bacon.
And it always feels like the first map, so let's see if Archers can do another 99-0 comeback.
Yeah, almost coming up on 5 ults now from Strathclyde. Like, it is going to be a difficult one to break through, but again, the Archers also coming up on those ults, so Strathclyde will want to try and fight early if they want to try and win this first fight. Or Spicy Bacon, he's off the map, which is, I'm not sure too far how that happened, but Dora finds Dino now. The pulse bomb comes through on a Cheeseburger, the Terror Surge to stay alive. Again, this is looking like a Strathclyde victory for this map. OC popped. Again, just trying to force that touch out of the Tracer, but she doesn't go for it. Opts for the KD save. Gotta rate that.
Honestly, I'll do the same.
Yeah.
But now Strathclyde taking a map and going to round 3 on his first game point. Amazing to see.
Yeah, it shows us something completely different from the from like Strathclyde. Like that comp swap seemed to have been like very valuable for them. As you
Definitely.
saw, like the swap to Orisa, they were able to hold the point much more like securely compared to like trying taking those off angles on tank. It kind of leaves the team exposed.
Definitely. But yeah, honestly, really dominant and showing there by Starflight, and this is what we kind of expected to them for them to do fully in the first round. But
Although saying that, they've just swapped back immediately back to the Roadhog again. I think they're just trying to look for those hooks off the map, trying to find the value on that.
listen, maybe Cheeseburger just having fun on Roadhog and
As they are looking to call for a pause.
oh
So again, like an issue on their end potentially.
yeah. Hopefully we don't have the same problem as the last week.
Oh yeah, we beg not. Please no forfeits. We want a full 5 game map, so please.
Yeah, but again, who knows what's happening? Maybe it's like someone's having some tech issues, but
Yeah, once we find out, I'm sure we'll let you know what happens. But like again, of course, Strathclyde, they've opted. They're not sticking with like what worked well for them on that last map. So maybe they're playing it on a like map by map basis or like point by point basis. Like
definitely.
they're just trying to like play to the environment.
But maybe they're also just playing for vibes. Who knows?
Yeah,
I feel like Starflight are definitely a team that sometimes just feel like they pick what's fun, they pick what's engages them, and honestly, it's good to see.
yeah, they're playing for the have fun meta. Like you can't go wrong with that. If they want to look for those Roadhog hooks into the abyss, then they can go for it. Of course, I'm interested. Like the Emre pick, like it did work for that first point as we saw,
Yeah.
but like because you could find the picks with the nades, but like in that point there, especially was like very forced out by the double hit scan,
Yeah.
like from Door and Envy on the Cassidy Soj. So they will stick with it. So
We're good. Hook there.
with the Cheeseburger with a right click straight into Nothing's face. Jetpack Cat can't quite stay alive. Cheeseburger running down those supports.
Honestly, this game has felt like very, I don't know, very, like the team just sometimes feel like they're playing by themselves. You know what I mean?
I feel up with Strathclyde, like Cheeseburger on that Roadhog, like that's the thing with Roadhog, you can play like very individual. Like a good Roadhog can dominate a lobby as we're seeing early in this point here.
Yeah,
Like, just run down those
picking both
supports.
supports.
Yeah, exactly. But like they do have more of a dive comp on the archers now, so that they might struggle with that Roadhog. Like he will have to turn around much more. I'd be interested to see like if they can get coordinated on these dives as the archers, as Dino's fallen low. They look to get the dive going, but like the spam from Strathclyde was just too much. They are looking to try and control the high ground. The archers, they do find oil, so they will have that opportunity to go through, but Cheeseburger on the Hoggy will just zone this out. They do get the stall to touch. Not losing this point control. On the door, finds a headshot onto Chow. From the Genji. The jetpack out diving straight into the Cassidy. Just a suicide play almost, just falls. Yeah, it's just like very split from the archers here.
Yeah.
They're just like struggling to like actually get active. Envy finds too.
Honestly, whoever's idea just go like come back. We'll just go for as a 5. So it just feels like they're going as a 4. Great hook there by Roadhog.
He is finding these hooks. I'm curious to see like his hook accuracy because he's never missing.
Yeah.
Well, he at least hits the important ones as he looks for the prediction hook. Doesn't quite find it. Don't know now as they're looking to control this upper high ground. As well, they look to the jump on the other high ground. Both the Sojourn and Kiri up on that high ground. The OC gets popped. Then it will fall low as he tries to jump out, but he does find the kill nonetheless. But looks like it's a high noon to try and zone them off. Yeah, there will be a struggle to peek to try and get this touch. They do get it nonetheless. With the spam, the Kitsu rush comes through from the archers. Strathclyde will mirror it. And then again, they're just a rush to point, leaving them staggered one by one. They try and touch this point. Beat comes through from Strathclyde. Yet again, there's just another struggle for them. They're all stacked on this point. It's going to be hard to break through. Dino is back, however, he is close to that primal, so if they can keep him out, it might be a potential better stall. Do find a trade. Dino does fall, but he will be dead for it.
And that is it. Game 1 going to Starflight, and honestly, really dominant showing on this point. Like King of the Hill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like control, yeah. Like they did a good job of like just like controlling that point, especially it made it very hard for them to dive through. Of course, Dracula with the play of the game on the Sojourn.
Honestly,
This
yeah.
first point. Again, just like it seems like after that switch to the Sojourn on that first point was potentially what helped them like get that like reverse sweep almost, you could say, for that like 1 point.
Yeah, but what's your opinion on like going through? Like, who do you think is like the star player so far for Starflight?
I think I'd have to say Cheeseburger, honestly, based on like those
Also
Roadhog hooks. Like I said before, like a good Roadhog can dominate a lobby, and on that last point especially, that's what happened.
definitely,
Of course, the switch to Arisa on that second point as well.
really
Like,
helped.
yeah, it helped like control like things because like Roadhog might not work as well because it's so open. Like he's very exposed. He can just get spammed out. Of course, in
Definitely.
those more enclosed spaces, he is much more better. He can find those hooks on those split players.
Yeah, and again, Archer just seemed to be playing like very split. Like it gives Roadhog opportunities to just catch one of them out and then
Yeah.
just have perma 4v5 in the entire game.
Yeah, it seemed like when Dino would like jump in and stuff, like the support's kind of left exposed. You'd often see one of those fall early, or like Dino, he's just like he's in, but he just
Yeah.
of course can't get those heals through because the Roadhog's just in your face.
Yeah.
It's like going to be a difficult one for them. So they will have the Archers will have their map pick now.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see like what do you think like their map pick will be going forward, or like what mode do you think they'll likely choose?
I'm thinking maybe like dynamic, right?
Oh, hybrid.
Hybrid, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why today my maps have been off for me, but yeah, honestly, like hybrid or something where they can just push, or like which one's the robot one?
Push.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it is push. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like push might be like a better map, just maybe because then it kind of forces the team to be like more close.
Yeah.
And then being able to have like that 1 or 2 like tracer being able to like find a pick on backline, because again they just felt like they've been playing like these diving comps, but it just feels like they've been counted all over.
Yeah. It does seem like that way, especially like with the Roadhog pick from Cheeseburger, like as we do here now that the next map will be Runasapi. So they are going for that push map.
Yeah.
So like we're interested to see like if your theory gets proven right, it's like will they have that fight?
Yeah. Again, artists need to be playing like a bit slower, need to play a bit more as a team, and who knows, maybe they will upset Staffclyde right here.
Yeah.
Again, your prediction seems to be holding pretty well with like 1-0
Yeah.
in a very dominant way for Staffclyde.
Yeah. Just we did see, of course, those signs of life from the Archers, like in that first point. Like once it works, it seems like once they have control of the point, they could do very well.
Yeah.
But it's just getting to that point that can be a bit of a struggle. But of course, with push, like it's a much easier thing. Like it's not like a set point for them to like try and push. It's going to be dynamic across the whole map.
Yeah.
So of course they can have plenty of opportunities, different ways of approaching that point.
Yeah, and again, I'm excited to see both teams playing. Like, I just hope that Archers can just again play a bit more together.
Of course, like they will have that like Vendetta open now, so like of course teams can look for that. So to look to try and maybe get more aggressive. Maybe potentially they weren't that confident on like the Tracer on the Genji, something like that. So it'll be interesting to see like if the Vendetta kind of like opens doors for them in that field.
And definitely with the, like we did hear that Zara got banned, so maybe Zara over there won't be a thing like in this match. But who knows? Maybe the Cheeseburger can go back to the Vandera, and of course Archers having their own Vandera player. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
If they do that, that'll be like interesting to see. It'll be like first time I've seen like a more like flexible like roster, I suppose, like where they're willing to like flex on different roles. Like if the heroes they want like are more favored towards a certain player.
Yeah.
Like again, like for that control map on Elios, they were probably thinking more towards those environmental kills, like the boops on the Lucio, the hooks into the well for Roadhog, even the punches from Doomfist as well, as you saw as well. So maybe they think now like we're just getting back on the main roles. There's no like real opportunities for any like unique plays or anything like this on this one. Just keeping it standard, like normal play.
Yeah, like on Orisa, like Vendetta. So like again, both teams liking to play Lucio, that Kiriko as well. Like just very standard, as you said.
Yeah, of course we're likely to see that Lucio Kiri again. Like it'll be rare if we do see like a variation in that. I feel like the Kiriko especially is almost a guarantee. Of course the Archers are known for that, like Baptiste as well, like I mentioned before. So it'll be interesting to see like would they potentially pull it out here? Well, they are. Both teams looking for that Lucio.
Okay. This is gonna be interesting. Of course, Starflight keeping that core of Surge and
Cassidy.
yeah.
Yeah, they maybe like sticking with that double hit scan, especially with the bat now as well. That kind of enables a hit scan a little bit more.
Definitely. And of course, having Cheeseburger still on tank, so that's good to see. So both teams actually opening. Oh wait, no, the Archers did get Bandera.
Yeah, because the Archers looking for that Vendetta, but like Strathclyde are not. But Strathclyde do have that Cassidy, so like that will potentially slow down the Vendetta. Like if they like get the Cassidy to sit on their bat, maybe be a struggle for them to break through. Because the Archers do have the first like early bot control. They're looking to force them out with the Ramatra. They will try and look to flip the map, look for a rotate, maybe try and find a potential pick on someone. As Envy finds nothing. Like you said, he just like the full wrap around, catch them off guard. Looking to beam down Dino now. The Ramatra form is popped. Immortality field from Strathclyde comes through. Titan Boss finds that pick on the Vendetta. And yet again, they've flipped the control at this point. They will stagger themselves out now. They will fall. That gives Strathclyde early point control.
Good retake there by Starflight.
Yeah, like they did a good job of like just like of course understanding that they have that control. Just flip the map, try and like find a new angle for the team to go at. They do find oil. I just like exposed. He's always good for his one, it seems, on those picks.
Yeah. And now with Stagger, they're going to be able to push out like very far here.
Yeah, looking to take this upper window. Look to spam them out. The marching wall now will fall. Look to like, get aggressive on this. The Vortex comes through. They are forced to get aggressive as Envy. He does for the Dracula. Door finds a trade. There's one DPS down as a window comes through. An early window from Strathclyde. I did not see that coming, but Dracula with a headshot onto Titan Boss. But the window has kind of zoned them out just that little bit, but they do still have that numbers. Once that window goes down, they can look to get aggressive at this beat. But the speed through as Tor gets run over.
Yeah,
Cheeseburger now with does have the Terror Surge online. So if they can get out of this fight, boys, he does find himself caught on that wall. Jao will run him down. Of course, like that's what Vendetta is like really good at. It's just of course closing them down.
Yeah.
And once they're exposed, they can swing them out. Yeah.
And now the Archers have control of the robots in this push. So we'll see interesting how far they can get it. Of course, with Starflight having that ult as well.
Yeah, of course the Terror Surge, like Deadeye, potentially look for a combo on that. An early window forced out from the Archers. Quite kiteable though as the Terror Surge comes through. He does find Dracula. Late Lamb can't quite save him all, but the window is kind of burning them down. The Immortality field from Strathclyde, keeping them alive. Door finds Jao with the Deadeye. And now it's back and forth trade. Dino gets forced out. Beam down. A clean retake from Strathclyde.
The Immortal field by the app for Starflight was amazing, keeping that Orisa alive.
Yeah.
For that bit stronger and just keeping her in that corner, doing all that damage.
Because we're potentially seeing more like valuable BAP utility coming out from Strathclyde. As we saw, like that window was very early. But like, of course, Cheeseburger with the flank did manage to like get that Terror Surge to catch them out as the OC does get popped from the Archers. Again, another kiteable ult from them. Beat comes through from Strathclyde. The annihilation from Dino. Yeah, looking to get forced out. Chiao does get a big fan. Because they're beaming them down. The fight for this point. Door finds nothing. Support down for them. Cheeseburger finds Dino. Another clean fight from Strathclyde. They will look to get this forward spawn.
And Starflight just seem to have like, as I said, this clean fight where it just seems like it's so one-sided. Like they get like the early picks on the spawn and just from then it's just over for Archers. The fight did not even ended before it even began.
Archers seem to be like relying on those ults to come forward first. The Spicy Bacon finds Titan Boss. That is their flex support down. They can look to get aggressive now as they look to try and fight on this window. Just play that hit scan. Try and force them out with the utility. Envy now alone on that high ground will fall. There's Dino. As they now run down Cheeseburger too. Now Donuts with the Archers now. They will have that bot control. 2 ults online for them. Against the 4 from Strathclyde coming up.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna be able to fight this.
And the Archers, like, they don't have that beat, so they could maybe look for that, like, early ult. But of course, that Dead Eye is going to cause problems. If windows come through, Envy finds Bacon. They will look for the mirrored windows, but Strathclyde seems to be finding the Valley more. Of course, then they will be split up now. Kills come through. A fight won from Strathclyde yet again.
Such a quick fight. Like, again, that Baptist wall, as you said, early on, like, with the double hit scan, just so brutal for archers.
Yeah, with the window as well. It's just like so much damage, they just can't get away from it. So he does still have that Vendetta online. With the beat now too, potentially for that sustain. The further fight is Envy with the early OC. The Cheeseburger finds Spicy Bacon. Again, these supports just seem to fall first early. Was Oil now. Does for two Chinese Rhino as he now forcing them out. The Marcher is like finding the staggers. He's like finding the people on their own, just running them down. Does yet again, but again, Strathclyde, they're just like, they're always good for their ones. Like, they're just getting these trades. And it's causing the problems for the Archers. But Dino, he does now clean up. Finds Cheeseburger, and that will give them control at that point.
Yeah, just having like this like one fight, like one fix over and over and over. It just feels like they're gonna win so many more fights.
Yeah, they have that Annihilation now. So maybe look to get even more aggressive because of that backup. Of course, the OC gets popped from the Archers. They're trying to force them out. The Oil falling low. Cheeseburger on his own. Does go find the late lamp. Not enough to save him. High Noon gets popped from door. They're trying to zone them out as the beat comes through now too. But again, the Archers, they are finding these kills away from that Deadeye. They are just finding that value. Again, enforcing out Jarrah. Overhead swing. Finding Oil. Farm boss now falling too.
Yeah,
A little bit of a stagger from them too, so they might be able to get forward spawn off this if they're quick enough.
definitely, that was a big tag on the support, and I don't think Strathclyde can even touch the point here.
Yeah. They will get that forward spawn, so there is a potential here for the lead. Go with that Vendetta on the window coming up. Just on the, just a window though for Strathclyde now, so the ult advantage does go to the Archers. Cheeseburger's on his own a little bit. The window comes through. A solo window for the Bat. But try and keep Cheeseburger alive. Vendetta ult gets popped. Envy finds Rhino though. He's on his own just that little bit. The window from Tartan Boss just seems to be more valuable. Using it to just keep Cheeseburger alive. Just like uncontested almost. Just he can just fight that.
Definitely, those windows by Strathclyde just amazing. Like win them fights over and over. That's the second time where it just fully won them the fight literally from the start.
No, they've always got that win condition there for them. They need. So they can always find that more value with the double hit scan, like with the window compared to like the Vendetta.
Yeah.
As the OC gets forced now from Strathclyde. They know Envy's always good with his aim, so you can find those picks. The Dino is forced out. Of course, that Marcher form can only do so much against a 150 charge Sojourn.
Oh yeah.
Darwin now with a headshot on the Dracula. Both DPS down for them. Oh, it does find Envy though, but like again, this fight does look to be Strathclyde's. They will look to push this. Now looking towards their spawn. Might be able to get a full cap.
And High Noon and a result being up online for Strathclyde, they can just make so much space here.
Yeah, they will have to care that, especially if they can find someone on their own, pull them in. I don't know what it is, easy clear them up. Terror Surge comes through, the beat comes through from the Archers though to counter it. Lamp forced out too, so like the support cooldowns are going to be lacking. Cheeseburger's getting run down.
Wow.
And yeah, they're just getting very aggressive with that beat push. Using that speed to their advantage, they can easily just run them down once that Yuto is forced out.
Very well played there by Archer there in that choke point, being able to hold it, and that beat by Lucio to save them.
Yeah. Give them more like a coordinated push as well. Like once the Fortify is forced out from the Orisa, the Remarcher can look to get more aggressive and like punch them out as the Annihilation comes through now. They're looking to back up, but they just kite it very easily. Potentially a misplay there from Dino.
Yeah.
Envy finds nothing now. There's the numbers down for them. They look to get aggressive. The Vortex comes through. There's big damage coming through. Vendetta looking to get aggressive, but double fall low. That's the Dracula OC popped. Gonna force out Cheeseburger, but the heals are just too much. That beat from Oil as well.
Yeah.
Huge sustain.
And again, Vanilla popping that all very early might have lost them that fight. Like if they had it in that fight, it might have been a different story. And of course, Nafi getting picked off very early. Oh, and then he gets staggered again. That's just really unlucky.
Yeah, they all just are just a little bit split. They do have to look for those touches on the bot now. Chichester was looking for it, but of course time will tick down. That gives it a 2-0 to Strathclyde.
Crazy. And again, your prediction seems to be honestly going through. Of course, did they say it was
is potential.
1-1?
Yeah, I was wrong with the with how it's going to happen, but there is potential there, of course.
Yeah. And of course, who knows, Archer might have a reverse sweep as Ever gets Envy. He gets the match of the play. Huh?
There we go.
Match of the play of the match.
Match of the play.
Match of the play. Holy.
We're all a little bit stuttering on ourselves a little bit today, but it's
Yeah.
all good. Of course, like, yeah, as I said, MB, he's like always really good. He's always good for his ones on Sojourn. You see, like, his just aim is just on point today by the looks of it.
Yeah. And especially catching that Lucio off and off again. Just seems so good today.
Yeah, it does seem to be one of those supports. Like, it seems to be, you'll either find a nice, like, right click onto one of those, like, supports, or they'll just be able to successfully beam down Dino.
Yeah.
Like, force those support cooldowns out. And, like, they are doing a very good job of, like, putting the pressure on, like, of course, the Archers. They are looking just that little bit, like, out pressured almost.
Yeah.
In this
A
entire
bit more
fight.
sloppy than Starflight.
Yeah.
But we will be going on a break for a 5-minute break. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back with you. Are we still here?
Hello and welcome back to Overwatch NSC presented by Ignition series. We are currently 2-0 to Strathclyde in our Strathclyde versus Archers game. That has been quite a dominant performance so far from Strathclyde. They are seeing with this 2-0 lead. Like, it was kind of close with that first map as we saw, but again, like with that second map on Runasapi, they did look like they were just running away with it.
Yeah, and honestly, their Strategic player just been playing amazing so far.
Yeah, and he's popping off.
Yeah, of course, Cheeseburger being good as always.
Yeah.
Especially on that first map with that Roadhog hooks, amazing. But yeah, we did talk about like how Archer just seems a bit discoordinated, like
Yeah.
not really playing as a team. Of course, getting like picked off one by one, many fights, and just sometimes not playing 4v5. Our map of is gonna be Flashpoint, and it's gonna be New Junk City.
Yeah.
So yeah, can you tell me more about the map?
Like, yeah, I'm surprised, like, because usually you see teams opt for that Suravasa. That seems to be like the common throughout. This is our first time this time around seeing a New Junk City.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see like how teams play it differently compared to Suravasa, because we've definitely got a lot of info on how Suravasa is played at this point. So of course, and we do hear that Kiriko and Cassidy has been banned for this upcoming game. So maybe they want to try and lose that like double hit scan that we saw from like Strathclyde. Of course, the Cassidy was the donut ban.
Yeah.
So like it'll be so then maybe they want to look to try and play like the standard flex DPS and hit scan like combo.
Yeah.
Like just the spam for that double hit scan was just too much.
Well, as we're going into our game right now, I do also want to say like this will also give the Donut like more freedom to go for those divey team comps. Of course, they don't have to worry about that flash grenade by Cast anymore. So
yeah, but of course like dive is just that little bit harder to run on like New Junk City, especially on this first point. It's so enclosed. That's why you see like Strathclyde, they are looking towards that May, whether or not they stick with it. But like again, that wall, especially on that first point, if they can get the tank just out on his own, it's like a free kill.
Definitely. But with the Archers going remaining with that, well, both teams remain with that like Lucio Bap support combo.
Yeah, of course, like with that Kiriko band, like that does seem to be the common fallback. They just do like that spam they can get with that window. So Strathclyde do look to get it aggressive early, but Dracula finds the first kill. GR with the Whirlwind finds Cheeseburger. Of course, Vendetta can have such high value on this first point. Such close spaces. That will give the Archers early point control, which we've seen, especially on that first map on Ilios, does seem to favor them quite well once they have that first initial point control.
Yeah, and now with the Donuts having the Zara available to them, that is, Zara Vendetta combo is going to be really good for them.
Yeah. Looks like the bubble is just going to keep that Vendetta up with no flash from Cass either. Well, Envy does find Tiao early though. So that potentially their win con down for this initial point. Looking to get aggressive with the Junk Queen, the bubble's being forced out. The high ground spam can help slow them down just that little bit. Cheeseburger looking to stall this point. Does fall low with this cannon alpha. Entirely forced with a huge knife. Pulls nothing all the way into the team. Oh, that's a huge knife from Cheeseburger. Help get the fight started. Finding the Junk Queen value on this map. Something we've not seen like too much like in NSC so far is that Junk Queen.
I mean, a team that did run it before was Darkclub themselves in that first week, like, and again finding that value on these flashpoint maps, having that speed and being able to always be fighting.
Of course, like the Junk Queen with a Lucio, like you can able to like teams just run them down, especially with the May wall as well. You can easily like isolate, especially a tank or the Vendetta. Early spam comes through. Bubbles being forced, like looking to try and get that early charge. Looking to get aggressive. Both bubbles forced out from them now, so they can look to maybe get aggressive. But again, just that little split. So Envy like looking to take this off angle now. So maybe find one of them on their own. The wall is kind of splitting them up just that little bit, and Chiao finds door. Cheeseburger finds the trade. Window forced some spicy bacon as well as the OC from Envy. Envy does force out the Envy, and then the Junk Queen out as well from Cheeseburger. Just finding that value. No Suzu on them for them to be able to cleanse it. So. Of course, devastating damage, and that will give Strathclyde this first flashpoint.
With Strathclyde, they were the ones banning the Kiriko, so this also gives them the opportunity to go for that May, go for that Jungle Queen, and again, seeming to find the value, especially on the first flashpoint.
Yeah, just shows the value of bans. It's like reduces like the chance of someone being counterplayed. So we're looking for that off-angle spam as the wall comes through. So as the grab finds Dawn his own, but just uses the icicle to get the block off. Ults being forced all around as 4 ults being used on the archers. They do find Dawn now. Both DPS down. Dracula 2 with the OC. That will potentially give them this fight. Cheeseburger falls now. Supports will just back up.
Dracula there with 2 amazing picks off that ult of his.
Yeah. Dracula finding the value on the OC. Again, it did take them quite a few ults to get started though. 5 ults used in that like fight as a whole.
Yeah.
Was a lot for them. May now they do have that blizzard. Of course, such high mobility from the archers though. Very kiteable. Maybe they're just trying to look to like isolate Dino on the Zarya. Potentially it's the only one that can't really get out. Then there's the shout force, but Dino just running them down with a knife. Try and pull them out. Stop the attack. Blizzard helps zone them out as well. A big fight from Strathclyde to get the point under control now.
Yeah, really strong fighter by Strathclyde, being able to pick that Zarya off very early, very up out of position, and after that it would just gain for the pick.
Yeah, Cheeseburger finds Dino early. A potential overextend, forcing out those bubbles. Envy with the cleaning up, forced all the way back into spawn. I'll give him some good percentage onto that point. Again, obviously, like Dino is potentially getting a little bit too aggressive like, on that Zarya. Of course, like with the Mei and Junker Queen, they can just look to like once they're isolated, it can be a big problem for them.
Definitely, and it just hasn't seemed. Of course, Mei being able to like build her wall right behind the Vendetta engage. It just seems like maybe catching her off is their priority.
Yeah, they are looking to get aggressive now onto Envy. They are looking to live as the Junker Queen out forced. Finds it on hit onto Dracula. Will likely fall to that anti-nade, but does stay alive. But still, Strathclyde, that opening that they give, and they will take it. And give them that second flashpoint is theirs. Just one more map, and they will take the series.
Yeah, it is flashpoint is crucial for the archers. Maybe their confidence going to this third game is the lowest it might have ever been. Of course, not losing a game before this, and now seeming to get like full on swept.
Yeah, the window gets used, but he does die early. I think finds Cheeseburger though. Tank down, that is huge for them. OC gets popped. They try and find those pigs, but they're all hiding behind cover well. Tartan boss though. Crouches straight into that headshot from Dracula. Point control is looking theirs, but they will get a good stall off. So that will stop a potentially immediate cap.
Yeah, but they're also slightly staggered.
Yeah. Of course, with the Lucio though, they can always get back fast enough. Of course, they do now have that beat and the blizzard.
And honestly, it just feels like deja vu over and over. How many times have we seen archers get the first point and then Starflight just dominate after that?
Yeah. This would be a shout first out early. Beat comes forward to try and live. Oh, but the grab Vendetta combo could be huge as it goes through the beat. Or they do stay alive. The immortality field from Tartan Boss is huge as it keeps them all alive, but of course they will fall low. Getting run down now from the archers. It was a good combo play.
And that's what I want to see from archers, that like combination of ults and just being able to stay alive throughout the entire fight and just win it. And of course getting that stagger on Envy and Oil.
Even though it did take like those two, like both the ults from the Zarya and the Vendetta, like seeing them comboed like is something that we've not really seen like in this map so far. Like, we've not really seen like the bubbled engages on the Vendetta, maybe like because they're just looking to try and bubble to keep players alive. Because the rundown is just so strong from them. Damage coming through. What's the Ajax? Oil fights the kill onto nothing. No beat for the archers now as the window gets forced. But again, the archers, they do manage to get the cap though just in time.
Seems like it was a C9 there by the Starflight.
They do find the Ajax, but again, they just can't quite capitalize off it that much. Okay, that's I suppose potentially a lucky play from the archers there to not get fully punished from that. They will now get a good rotate onto this point.
But hey, sometimes you just need some luck in your back pocket.
Yeah.
And maybe this will be like the pushing point for archers to be able to get this map, you get a point on the board, and who knows, maybe reverse sweep the Starflight.
I was seeing like the swaps from Strathclyde. I see that Envy on the Tracer now. They're not looking for that Soja, and they're looking more for like to get aggressive with it. Bossy now gets forced from Dracula. He didn't get those kills before. He does find Tata Bossy again. The window for Spicy Bacon to help clearing them out as they find the wall fall low. Thor finds nothing, but then again, these kills, but it's huge. But Spicy Bacon falling low. The dynamite from Thor. That was a potentially misplay from Spicy Bacon, getting a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah. Honestly, Spicy Bacon sometimes feel like the weak point for archers that Starfire have been abusing.
Like potentially just after it is normal to like after you get a couple kills, like get a little bit aggressive, like keep play going. But again, losing support so early has given Strathclyde the ability to get onto this point. They're all control, but Envy does fall. Dracula's the right click, the charge shot. Dynamite comes through. They do have that bomb online, so they will be able to stall if they need to. Again, they do get the cap nonetheless. Good aggression from Cheeseburger. Cut down the DPS from the archers. Pointless for the Strathclyde.
We've seen archers being able to defend points, but will they be able to finally get a point by attacking? That's going to be the interesting point of this fight.
Nothing is looking to have that beat online, and they do have that Vendetta ult too as well. So the aggression can definitely come through. Middle burst, the pulse comes through from Envy, but got the immortality field. Just good enough to keep him alive. There's one thing, there's one's out force from Strathclyde, so they can maybe be able to get a little bit more aggressive, but the bubbles, again, they can't really get this bubble engage going, because like, Dino's just having to bubble himself most of the time because the damage is just too much. Thor does have that bob though, so that can cause devastating problems for the attack, especially on those choke points. Window comes through as Bob comes running through. Vendetta ult force as well as a beat. Try and stay alive, no one found just yet. Envy finds Spicy Bacon. One support down, they can't even be able to get the window online. Numbers now fall for the archers. Strathclyde looking to hold this point.
You must think that is game for Starfire, taking it a 3-0 sweep. What a game there for them. What's your opinions, honestly? I
mean, it just looked so dominant from Strathclyde there. Like, you just saw that aggression. Like, you can see what like the archers were trying to get going with that Vendetta and the Zarya, but they just couldn't like find the value of it.
Definitely.
Because they're just getting out spammed, like by Envy and Cheeseburger, like especially. They just have so much damage coming through on those choke points. Yeah. Makes it a huge problem for them.
And honestly, just nothing that archers could have done. This just shows why Starfire were able to be the #1 seed.
Yeah.
And again, as you said, the match that they lost before was just a disconnect from them, like before playoffs. So honestly, Starfire can easily take this entire tournament.
Yeah, of course they did end up winning that's winter split as well. So like they are like that dominant team going forward. They might not be the 1 seed going in, but they're definitely a strong contender. The reigning champions, of course, they will look to be a strong competitor going forward. Maybe even take it all home in the end.
Yeah, 2 wins, like 2 tournament wins in a row. That would be a great story.
Yeah, great story indeed. But like, it's not over for the archers either. Like they do have that lower bracket that they can run through. I'm sure good luck to them as they go forward into that. I'm sure like even though they weren't able to really put up too much of a fight in this game here, I'm sure like compared to other teams, they will be able to like, of course, like coming up to this, they were undefeated, like not losing a map. So maybe this is their wake up call almost. This can like get them like set up, get them ready to take it to those stronger teams.
Seeing like the competition especially.
Yeah.
And of course, like if you have like an easier run throughout and then going against Strathclyde, just like a big boost in opponents. But yeah, great game.
Yeah, it was a strong performance from Strathclyde. We wish them good luck going forward into the rest of the upper bracket. Of course, games might still be going on the other channels, so make sure you check those out. Check out all the action. I believe it's like Overwatch and Siege is the other one.
Yes.
So that'll be great, and they're still live, so make sure you go check those out after this game. So yeah, and that will be just about it from us.
Yeah.
Another quick stream, I suppose. 3 maps. Like it seems one day we'll get.
One day, who knows?
We'll get a strong series.
As next week is the lower finals for us. So yeah, who knows? But yeah, thank you guys for coming and tuning in for NSC 2. And make sure to check out the other channels, as Matt said. And yeah, we'll see you very soon.